Greetings and blessings from the Most High, Jah Rastafari. Crawford Ashley here, the spiritual boxer. And I want to talk about qualified and unqualified. And it's trainers, and I'm going to start with a story. I was in Thailand and I was teaching a kid how to box. And one night we were in a bar, and he tells one of his friends, so he says to me, "What qualifications have you got?" "I haven't got any qualifications." So then he says, "What gives you the right to teach boxing?" Now I don't answer, I just think about it. And I think about it, and it's for a week it's playing on my mind, but I'm just thinking about it. Next time I seen him, I just asked him, from the age of 7, I've been in a boxing ring. From 14 to 17, I was the best in Britain. As a professional, I was the British, European and Commonwealth light heavyweight champion. I've shared a ring with over 20 world champions. I've trained for more 12-round fights than I can remember. Who can qualify me to teach what I know? And why do I need a piece of paper from somebody who hasn't been where I've been? I wasn't brought up with a silver spoon in my mouth. My career was hard from the very beginning. They weren't hand-picked opponents. I was late notice substitute. I was the away fighter. I learnt my craft in the ring and in the gyms. Who can qualify me? Who can show me where I've been if they've never been there before? And I refuse point blankly to be qualified. I've watched qualified trainers, and boxing is a great place for the ego, or to lose the ego. And boxing is about losing that ego and about that attitude. Unless you've been in a ring, you stood there naked in your truth with a pair of shorts on. Yeah, you stood there in your truth, and people who've never been in a ring don't realise that. They haven't got a clue. Now you can get painters, decorators, plumbers, brickies, carpenters, you name the profession. You can get people from all walks of life who love boxing, never ever done it. They believe they have an understanding of boxing. They go on a few weekend courses and they become qualified. And then you see them at shows, stood there with the big chest puffed out, the badges on. The ego's on show, and the children are getting hurt because they're not teaching boxing. Boxing is a martial art. It's a self-defense. And you've got to look at it like a self-defense. In the beginning, what do they teach? Martial arts, footwork and balance. Then they teach you to block shots, defense. Then they teach you how to block and counter. That's where your striking comes in. But the first things is the balance and the footwork and the movement, because your feet is your first form of defense. Gets you out of trouble. And if you've got no feet, you've got no defense. And a lot of trainers don't realize that it's not about having a strong chin and taking up punishment. That's not boxing, that's fighting. Boxing is a skill form, it's an essence, it's an art form. Look at the greatest boxers that lived. They were all counter punchers, drawing the leads, defending against it and coming back with counters. It's a martial art. And I really do believe there's some good trainers out there, but there's more bad trainers than these good trainers. And kids are getting hurt, and boxing's losing where it's supposed to be, which is an art form of respect, dedication, control. Boxing to me, it's my life, it's my passion. It's something I understand. It's a spiritual journey into myself. And if you follow it and understand it, warriors are protectors. They're not bullies. They're not bullies, they're protectors. We walk this earth as men and women and as human beings. And boxing taught me that. I've never been into a ring angry. I don't get angry very easy now, because that was the first lesson that I had to learn to control, was my anger and my temper. And it teaches you discipline. It teaches you to control your emotions and your actions. So if you want to learn to box, learn right. Start with your feet. Start with your footwork. Start with your balance. Boxing's about learning to think for yourself. It teaches you you've got problems, but there's also solutions to the problems. You're in a ring, you've got to fix them problems straight away. So you've got to come up with solutions very quick. And the quickest solution is to move. Same as in life. If something's bugging you and bothering you, move, get out of its way. And then you can come back at it from a different angle and see where the problem is. You've got the solution to it. Job's done. Anyway, that's my little rant about, what was it again? Yeah, licensed and unlicensed. I'm not qualified and unqualified, that's what I mean. I ain't qualified. And I don't want to be qualified. Stick me in a box. That's why the spiritual boxer's here. And people who understand boxing get that. And people who don't will never get it. Anyway, out until tomorrow. Bye.